What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Andrew. We're back at it today with another video. Today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys my first ever designer pickup. I've never bought designer before, and honestly, I do not recommend it. These boots were very expensive. The Balenciaga striped canvas boot in this beautiful camouflage colorway. Now, first things first, shout out to Keezy TV. If you guys watch Keezy, you see him, he's always wearing the Balenciaga striped boots. I saw his video like 2 years ago when I first saw these boots, and I was like, man, those are so fire. And then I found out they were Balenciaga, and I saw the price, and I was like, you know what? I am never going to buy these boots. However, I went to Las Vegas, shout out the Raiders. I tried these boots on, and then I was able to find them for 40% off. When I got back from Las Vegas, I'll talk more in detail about that. Before we begin, as always, please feel free to hit that like and subscribe, and feel free to follow me on Instagram to see how I style all my sneakers and outfits. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. All right, starting off with the box. This box is absolutely massive. Gray Balenciaga box. By the way, I tried to look up reviews for this particular boot on YouTube, but no one had a real version. So I just want to prove to you guys this is a real version. I picked this up from Forward, which is a high fashion boutique. They sell like a bunch of different stuff. I think like Kylie Jenner is actually the owner. But yeah, that's where I picked these up from. They were 40% off. So we got the Balenciaga dust bags. You got one for each boot. Very nice of them to throw in some dust bags, considering this boot was $1,200, which is absolutely insane. Once again, I got these for 40% off. So they were around like $720, which is crazy, I know. But anyways, let's get into the boots. Here they are, the Balenciaga canvas strike boot in the camouflage colorway. As I mentioned, I've been eyeing this boot for about 2 years, ever since I saw Keezy wear them. I never thought these would be a possibility, and I never thought I would actually go into a Balenciaga store and try these on. Like I said, I was in Vegas, and I was like, you know what? I saw the Balenciaga store. I just went to Louis Vuitton. I kind of got over my fear of going to designer stores. One of the reasons why I never wanted to go into designer stores is just because I was never going to buy anything, and I just feel weird going to a store. I have no intention of buying anything, and the stuff is just so expensive. It just weirds me out, so I just never did it. I remember being in Boston, I saw a Balenciaga store, and I was joking around with my girlfriend. I really want to go try on these boots, but just never did. Fast forward, tried them on in Vegas, and I will have to say the sales rep at the Balenciaga store, super nice, super helpful, super cool. Had a really good conversation. Probably stayed in the store for like 20 minutes. Long story short, fell in love with these boots. However, I was not going to drop the $1,300 on them. There was just no way. They do retail at $12, but after like tax and everything, comes out to be around like $1,300. So when I got home, I started looking online, trying to find a used pair, but there was just so many fakes out there. So then I found this pair on Forward, which happened to be 40% off. I guess people don't really like the camo colorway. I know the black ones are like super popular. That is the one I originally wanted, and that is the one I tried on store. But once again, no way could I justify spending that much money on a pair of boots. I love them, but there's no way. One of the ways I did justify that, my sneakerheads out there who are watching this, please close your ears when I tell you this, because I did sell my Travis Scott Reverse Olives, and I did sell my Air Jordan 1 Union Chicago's that I recently just picked up in order to afford this purchase. Because I don't know about you guys, I cannot just drop $700 on a pair of boots without moving some stuff out of my closet. So unfortunately, those two shoes had to go. Honestly, I'm not too sad about it because I really wanted these boots. So fair trade in my personal opinion. I'm getting into some details on the boots. We have a canvas upper. It's all distressed. That's one thing I do love about these boots is that they already look beat up. You can tell the midsole comes pre-scuffed. And once again, the canvas distressing just gives this a really cool, unique feel. Kind of feels like they've already been worn when you buy them. The one thing I don't like about the distressing is that you kind of have to be careful with the zipper on the side because the distressing can get jammed inside the zipper. I actually had that happen to me on accident. Luckily enough, I was able to get the zipper unjammed. But that is one thing you have to be careful of with these boots, just because that distressing can get jammed in the zipper. In terms of Balenciaga branding, we got Balenciaga branding on the back right here. We got Balenciaga branding on the front. And then we got Balenciaga branding on the outsole. One of the distinguishing features of this boot is this big ass sole. You guys can see how big it is. This midsole absolutely makes my Timberland 6-inch work boots look so small. They just look like a regular sneaker in comparison to the Balenciaga strike boots right here. I will have to say, when wearing the boot, these are actually pretty comfortable for a big ass boot. I wasn't expecting them to be comfortable at all, but they're decent. I'm not gonna say they're super comfortable, but for a boot this size, they are pretty comfortable. They don't really hurt my foot whenever I walk. Another good thing about this midsole is that I'm like 6'1" when I wear these, so that's a really cool feeling. That's a big selling point for dropping $1,200 if you're a little shorter. Overall, I just like the look of these, and that's really what it comes down to. Are these worth $1,200? Absolutely not. I would not pay $1,200. Are they worth the $700 that I paid? Honestly, probably not. But at the end of the day, you're paying for the name brand, which I get it, it's Balenciaga. That doesn't really matter to me. I was honestly disappointed when I found out these were Balenciaga boots when I saw the whole style, just because I knew they were gonna be so expensive. But you're paying for the design. I looked up many combat boots online. I was trying to find an alternate option to like satisfy me. I just kept coming back to the strike boot because you're not gonna find a boot with this big of a midsole and just like this aggressive look. There, of course, are good combat boots out there. I'll link some cheaper alternatives down below, but I just really like the Balenciaga ones. I love the way they look. Once again, I don't really care that they're Balenciaga. That has nothing to do with me. I just generally like the way this boot looks. I like the way it looks on foot. Finishing up on the video, let's talk about sizing real quick in case any of you guys are curious. For sizing, I went down a full size. I'm wearing a size 9. They fit me, honestly, pretty perfectly. The toe box is absolutely huge. I think no matter what size you go with, you're still gonna have a little bit of room in this toe box. I actually tried on an 8 in store, but it was just too tight in this midfoot area. But the lengthwise, it was fine. But this size 9 does fit me honestly pretty perfectly. So yeah, if you're looking to buy these, I would definitely go a size down from your normal size, and you should be good. I definitely recommend, if you're honestly serious about this boot and you live near like a Balenciaga store, I would definitely go in store and see if you could try on a pair. That's gonna do it for today's video. The Balenciaga canvas strike boot. I honestly love these a lot. I love the way they look, but they're definitely not worth the $1,300 at the end of the day. But if you're looking for an aggressive looking combat boot and you have the money, I definitely recommend picking these up, because I definitely think this is probably the coolest looking combat boot on the market right now. And also, Denma is leaving Balenciaga, so not sure how much longer they're actually going to sell the strike boots. So if you want them, it might be the opportune time to buy them before they go away. But anyways, it is your boy Andrew. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.